Welcome to Boys Discussing Some Movies, Halloween edition.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween, if you can't tell.
You're dressed
This is
normal.
our special Halloween episode.
My mustache is
Very,
coming
very
off.
special.
Yeah, I'm a pharaoh.
Yeah, I'm a cowboy or something.
I'm a Greek poet or minstrel or whatever.
So cool. And I am a Nazgul to pair with this gentleman's costume.
Hello, little hobbits. I am the servant of the secret fire, or Gandalf the Grey to,
Anyway,
wielder of the flame of honor.
Michael's been playing with that sword all day.
yeah, hopefully we're out of batteries soon. Alright, so in this Halloween episode, we are going to be, discussing trick-or-treats. Yeah, this is a, would it be considered, a horror anthology?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's a couple short stories. I'm not sure what year it came out in.
Came out in 2007.
2007,
It's
there
a
you
set
go.
of short stories all set on Halloween night in this one town, and the stories all connect. They come together at the end, or kind of in the third act. They all start coming together. In the beginning of the movie, you don't know what's happening. I've seen this movie a couple times before. I'm a big fan of it. I just think it's a fun Halloweeny movie. I know you've seen
Oh
it
yeah,
before.
very appropriate for today.
Yes, it's the Halloweeniest movie we could think of.
Yep.
And you three have not seen the film, right?
Correct.
So I'm interested to hear what you guys think.
Yeah, so let's just get started with it.
Yeah, it was okay.
Well,
I knew
happy
it.
Halloween, guys.
Thanks for watching.
I thought it was good. I don't know very many horror movies, but obviously I know the tropes because everyone knows the tropes. I wasn't quite prepared for the violence of the opening scene, but it was good. Yeah, you have this couple coming home from their Halloween night, and they're both quote unquote lit.
It's Halloween, not Hanukkah. Baby, I'm lit, and you're lit. Our little friend here, this night's over.
The woman is clearly over Halloween, and she blows out the jack-o'-lantern and takes down. She's taking down the
Ending Halloween early.
decorations.
That's
Well,
some psycho shit, though.
What?
Taking down your Halloween decorations on Halloween night.
That's
who does
pretty.
that?
That was pretty sad. Yeah. And the
Probably the
dude's
worst
trying
person in the movie.
Yeah, easy.
She got her comeuppance.
Yeah, you're right. She got what she deserved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a violent death.
Yes.
I was not ready for it.
Oh,
I have
really?
to say, but they definitely made you. They made it easier for the people to accept the people who were reaped because they're not fun. Well, I liked that aspect of it, but I was not ready for the body horror thing at the beginning and the jump scares.
Okay.
I'm just not familiar with it. I wasn't ready for it. It was good, so it was effective on me.
Sure.
You guys were probably
Yeah, I fall asleep to this. Michael?
Yeah. Alex needs to bone up on the liturgy of the horror genre, as it were.
That's what I'm working on. I'm working on it.
Well, I
In your
Val.
Gandalf voice, please.
Yeah.
What's up?
In your Gandalf voice.
Oh yeah, shit. The finest weed in Glendale.
Okay.
Well, Perhaps I should have Perhaps I should have tried harder at this. Much like Val, I'm not sure if I loved this movie, but that is not for me to decide. All I have to decide is what to do with the time I'm given.
You can stop it, right?
You encouraged him.
Content.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed the movie. It was a quick movie. That was nice. Just breezes right by.
Gets it over with.
Straight to
I
the
don't know
point.
if Brian Cox was like dealing with some financial difficulties in the year 2007, but
Brian Cox has never been in big movies until Succession, which isn't a movie, and
Yeah.
X-Men too. But
he plays.
X2.
He
X2,
plays. He
X-Men
plays.
United.
Wait, time out. Brian Cox plays Agamemnon in Troy. I would say that qualifies as a
yeah, it was like the
blockbuster.
90s though.
I've never even heard of that movie.
It was a good movie.
Brad Pitt, Achilles.
Yeah, it was good.
Is that the one where you can see
Sorry.
the airplane?
Wolfgang Peterson. Anyways, we're not talking about that movie, but yeah, no, I love Brian Cox. He's one of my favorite actors. He's awesome. So it was fun to see him in this movie. There's a lot of fun little, I don't want to say thrills, but just a lot of like
You
fun
can
little
say it.
gimmicks.
No,
yeah.
don't say it.
This movie made me laugh a lot. There's a lot of great, ridiculous humor in it. Like this movie is worth, for me, my favorite part of the movie. Why am I already getting to the review? Anyways, it's a funny movie. There's a lot of great gags, and yeah. We can.
It's full of
break
tropes.
this apart more. Yeah, it's a little tropey.
I'm right there with you. I wouldn't say I love this movie either. I love watching it. I think it has like amazing Halloween atmosphere. It's like so like heightened reality with how extensive all the decorations are in every scene, the jack-o'-lanterns and the lights and all that. I love the tone. It's very like I would call it a dark comedy.
Yeah.
I like most of the parts we were laughing at weren't like jokes. It was more like we were laughing at fucked up stuff happening in a funny way. And the way the people talk, it's very like the way the kids talk. I don't know exactly how I describe it, but it's like Disney kind of, or like
Disney.
I'd call it like R-rated Disney Channel dialogue or something. If I describe the writing in this movie.
I don't even know what that was. Coach Taylor was in a hot dog costume, but fucking a pig, I think. And
Chip,
then
let's just not.
And this guy also directed Krampus. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that,
No,
but it's very similar in its dark humor, and it's kind of, it's not like cynical, but it's like the people are assholes, but like in a kind of wholesome way. I don't know how to describe it. The tones, it's very strange the way this guy makes his movies, and it's not based on a comic. I looked it up, confirmed.
I don't want to
Kinda
ruin the movie for those of you who haven't seen it, but there is one really delightful twist, or at least a really good twist in the movie, where I was like, "What the hell? Why is no one interested in this lady?" And then,
Well,
talk
yeah,
about
let's
it.
spoilers.
Yeah,
We're
we're
spoiling.
Yeah.
Someone was interested in
That's
that
true.
lady, the adult baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe we could go over real quick the 4 mini stories that are going on. So the first one is the 12 tweens,
Yeah, they're like 12, 13-year-olds.
12, 13-year-olds who are going trick-or-treating, and they invite a fellow schoolmate that
She's the weird one.
she's the weird one. Her house is super decorated with like jack-o'-lanterns. Immediately gives off like, I'm the nerdy one.
Yeah,
you
but she
know?
was like on the spectrum, right? Was that?
I think
Was
they,
anyone else
I
getting
think
that?
They
all of
alluded
them.
to that. Yeah.
I think though when this movie came out, they weren't yet using that phrase. Wasn't in vogue. If they
Okay.
would have just called her like weird.
I'm sorry.
is that Rod another?
She's not a she's an idiot savant.
Here she comes.
Idiot savant.
Idiot. So is that what they
I
said?
think that's what they
Idiot
she
savant.
said. Which, funny enough, I'm not sure what savant means. So.
You idiot!
An idiot savant is someone who is very unlearned in most things, like social situations, but in a very particular thing, they're incredibly intelligent beyond most people.
Okay, so that's what she was,
Yeah,
alright?
like Rain
Like
Man.
It was
she's really good at,
definitely-
yeah.
We don't know what they're doing yet, but they're gathering jack-o'-lanterns for something. And then, like, the way this movie works, it, like, kind of bounces from story to story, but it started off with that first scene with the.
That's not really a main story with the robot woman and her boyfriend.
Yeah, that was just like the first little scene, and then it says earlier that
Yeah.
night, and then like our main movie kind of starts. The other short story going is the awkward rogue woman.
Well, before we get to Anna Paquin, there's also the kid from Bad Santa.
Oh yeah,
Pumpkin
that's
Toast.
Yeah.
And he's like a little asshole kid. He's like wrecking everyone's decorations.
He's doing
And
the
then-
truffle shuffle, the whole shebang.
He's got his huge gut. He's got chocolate all over his face.
Yeah.
And he
he's
didn't
just,
even
like,
wear a costume.
Just
Yeah.
yeah, he's
He
got.
had
a shirt
that
that
stupid
says-
piece of shit shirt that like asshole kids wear,
It's
or
like,
like
this
this
is
is
my
my tuxedo, you know.
Yeah.
Wait, did it say that this is my costume?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh shit, my bad. I didn't notice that. Did
Oh
you
man,
notice
no,
that?
I completely missed that.
That's funny.
Because he's fat and the shirt was
And then
worn,
it's
she's a
got
pumpkin.
that like comedic thing going on.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that whole scene where like he breaks the jack-o'-lantern, or he takes candy that says "Please take one,"
Mhm.
and it's like the school principal's and house, and he's like very mysteriously like.
Yeah, he comes
"Why
home
don't
while the kid's
you-
stealing his
Why
candy.
don't you come here, right here, and we'll carve pumpkins together?
Yeah.
Like it
Sit
looks very,
down.
very menacing,
Mm.
and I mean we can just ruin it, right?
Yes, yeah. If you should watch this movie or don't.
Yeah, he kills the kid, and
Oh.
he's trying to bury the body.
There are
I
a lot
found
of
that scene
twists.
so
Yeah.
funny. Like he's burying the body, and like his son is like
Upstairs,
like annoying him.
Dad, when are we gonna go trick or treat? Or I'm back. We gotta start carving more pumpkins. He's like, shut it up. Try to bury this fat kid over
Yeah.
here.
And he's clearly annoyed at his annoying little son. And then you think he's gonna murder his son too, because he's a murderer. But then
The second twist,
the second twist, you realize,
his son is in on it.
yeah, which is I think a very fun, like cheeky twist.
There's a funny
Those are
twist
cheeky
where,
twists for
with
sure.
with Charlie Brown, where you figure like he's gonna be excited for Charlie Brown, and he's like, "Go watch Charlie Brown," and he responds, "Charlie Brown is an asshole."
Yeah, that's the kind of dialogue I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Go watch Charlie Brown, and I'll be in a minute.
Charlie Brown's an asshole.
Oh, and then the mini interaction between him and his neighbor.
Yeah, Ryan
the-
Cox.
The cranky old neighbor. Just like weird.
What's
They
his
kind of
name?
hate each other. What's going on? And then you kind of see through the window he's asking for help, and then he's like, "Oh, fuck you."
Yeah.
And then that's when we cut to the hot girls with Anna Paquin and her friends.
Yeah,
Two people from X-Men.
The hot girls are are going to a party, and one of the hot girls is having a hard time finding a date.
Yeah, well, they're having a hard time finding dates, which is very like funny when you're first watching the movie. You're like, well, what's this gonna be? Like, this is obviously a joke or something.
And we were definitely taken in by it.
Yeah, we're
Those
like
of us who hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
we're the audience is being led to believe that someone who looks like Anna Paquin would actually have any difficulty finding someone to have sex with. So that's a
But
pretty
she's
funny.
like, "No one's gonna like me."
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny, and I thought what it was doing, but I guess in a way it is playing on that rom-com trope that was particularly popular in like the late '90s, where it was like, you know, the she's all that kind of thing, where it's like, really a beautiful woman that for some reason
Mhm.
she's a little bit awkward, people don't notice.
And then she needs a hot guy to fix
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And he just takes her glasses off.
So what would you guys rate She's All That?
Oh, 5 out of
I'm gonna
5.
give it. I've never seen it.
I'm gonna give it a 3.
Just because I don't remember it, not it.
All right.
It's got a really funny Paul Walker performance.
Hey, you're right.
Rest in peace.
All right. Anyway.
All right. So
So Anna Paquin is like this kind of innocent girl. All her friends are like all sexed up, and she's like kind of
Dressed as the Little Red Riding Hood.
yeah. They're wearing very like revealing costumes, and
Yeah, their
she's kind
tits are
of
showing.
I am not wearing this. Too small. My tits keep popping out.
yeah. There's a line about that.
Yeah.
But she's wearing like the Red Riding Hood cloak. She's all like, modest.
They tell her to play hard to get.
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to find guys, and you're watching this. I remember watching this for the first time and just being like, what's this movie trying? Like, how are these women having a hard time finding dates? And then we'll get back to that, and then we go back to the little kids, the middle schoolers, and going to explore this old rock quarry where there's this town legend about this bus driver who basically murdered all the kids on his bus by driving the bus into a quarry because
He was
paid by the parents of the kids because the kids were either I don't know if they were
They're
like
either what?
well I don't know if they were supposed to be like just autistic
They
or
were-
if they were like psychotic.
They were
'cause
really weird.
there was trouble.
they mentioned they were disturbed and a lot of them have terrifying masks on, so I'm not sure if they were like actual
I think
psychotic
it
kids.
was special needs.
Okay.
Kids,
Wait,
I'm
so
pretty sure.
Their parents were
I
just
have a-
sick of them and
Yes.
wanted to kill
Wait, I have a
them.
question.
yeah.
But I have
Here's
a,
$20 in the coupon shake.
We'll buy you lunch.
I have a question though. The by the rock quarry. So the bus driver doesn't drive the bus off the like it's the one
That
of the-
wasn't the plan.
One of the kids
So what
gets
was
free.
what was the exact plan?
I'm
They're
sure he
all
was going to
chained
put a
up.
brick on the gas pedal and get out.
Okay. Yeah.
It pretty much worked out the way he planned.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
He had to
okay.
swim a little bit.
He had to swim a little.
So yeah.
And so that's the rock quarry that these kids are at now in modern day. And they're going to go down there on this creepy old lift to go check out the bottom of the quarry where the bus supposedly crashed, according to this legend.
And here comes another plot twist.
But yeah,
Three
it's
of the
first
kids
of all,
go
like
down
those
first.
teenagers, they don't seem like they're friends with this girl.
Right. They just picked her up because they needed her pumpkin for some
They
reason.
needed her pumpkin, but also like they're clearly not a fan of her. But it's weird that like, oh, we're just gonna invite her, even though clearly the main chick, the leader brat
That
girl.
little, she seemed like she's
seemed
the only
like a
one that
Disney
didn't
star.
like her. Like the other kids, the little pirate boy and the tall kid were being pretty nice to her.
Mm.
So something I wasn't sure if I was picking up on because it's been a long time since I was a tweener.
Mm-hmm.
Like what? So the bitchy blonde
Mhm.
who has like particular contempt for the weird girl, the
Ironically
witch
wearing
girl.
an angel outfit.
Like
Mm.
hey now, we're not giving this movie enough credit. That's pretty cool.
Mm.
But like, what's going on? Is she like? Does she have attraction towards the guy who apparently has attraction towards the awkward girl, and
Yeah.
that's
I
why she
mean,
has so much
probably.
contempt for him?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
she
is
likes
it just
the
like
idea.
she has to as a rule because she's cooler than this girl? She's like, I have to pick on her.
I think it's both.
Like, yeah.
I
okay.
think it's like, cheesy,
It's
like
part of her
stupid
job.
movie, like she's a dumb movie character and she has
Mm.
to be a bitch, but also, she likes the tall guy and he's giving attention to the other girl.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something, Alex?
Oh, plot twist. Yeah, so they go down. I was just gonna continue the story.
Okay, cool.
They like go down. 3 of them go down the lift, and they're like setting up this big prank scare so they can get the weird girl. And so they go down first, and then they send the elevator back up so she and Pirate Boy can go down. And they set up this whole scare, and pretend to be the kids, the drowned kids. And, like come out of the mire and scare the shit out of her, and it's really awful. It's terrible. Like,
Yeah, that's a fucked up.
It really is.
but then plot twist.
Well, and then the tall kid acts like he feels bad right away, and like, fuck you, dude. You know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
really
you already
weird.
did it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
plot
for sure.
twist.
Another. I mean, this thing was rife.
Well,
with
the
plot
ghouls
twists.
start coming out of the muck, and you think
Right.
it's the ghosts of the dead kids that are coming to get her, but turns out it was just a prank from these asshole kids.
Yeah.
And for some reason, and she like gets terrified and like falls back and hits her head. And,
Breaks her glasses.
Yeah. She breaks her glasses running away.
Classic zoom in of the glasses that fall on the floor and then a foot
Mhm.
stomping over it.
Classic horror
My
movie.
glasses.
And then they reveal it's a prank, but then the real muck monster kids start coming out of the muck, and she's the only one that has the key to the elevator, and so
we're rooting for her.
yeah, because these other kids are assholes, except for the pirate kid. I felt bad for the pirate kid. I don't know why. He was like little, and I was like, oh, it's not his fault.
Yeah.
But anyway, and so she goes back up the elevator, and they're like, come on, let us in, and she's like, fuck it.
When she has
Bye.
the key, she's
Yeah.
like about to hit the button, but she hits the escape button.
Yeah.
She leaves them and she's like going away and she's like bye.
Was it a missed opportunity that she didn't say bye-bye? It's a great bye-bye, though.
Yeah.
She waved.
I mean, it was implied, yeah.
Yeah.
And so then I think
Yeah.
after that is when we cut back to we cut for the first time to the parade, right? And we see our couple.
Well, we see it on the news.
We see it on the
earlier,
news,
and
yeah.
We're back at the parade.
But we're in the parade. We see the robot woman and her boyfriend from the beginning. They're there, and then Anna Paquin and her friends are there, still trying to get dates. They grab these random cameramen
News
from the
van.
news van. Yeah.
Yeah, these gorgeous women are so thirsty.
Yeah.
They're just picking up fives. Can I just call them fives, the guys?
Sure. If you're being generous.
Five
Yeah, you can
what do
rag on-
handle?
In Middle Earth, they'd be a five. It's what we call a Middle Earth five.
So, and then also during that same scene, there's a vampire running around killing people, or you assume, there's someone sucking blood from people, and
Well, he's making out with a stranger.
he's making
in
out
the
with a
alley,
woman, but then he starts
and
drinking
he
her
starts,
blood.
How she
Drinking.
doesn't feel the first few bites, I don't know.
She's enraptured
That's
and
the
probably
cocaine. It
also
numbs your
lit.
senses, yeah.
She was so lit.
She was too lit.
Everyone in this movie was lit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Except for the pumpkins.
Especially the furry household. Or no, that
Oh
was
yeah, where
interesting.
all the teachers at the school are having
Oh
a
my
sex
God,
party,
yeah.
a Halloween sex
Yeah.
party. That's weird.
Are they the only survivors of this movie?
No, most of the people don't die.
Oh, and then real quick,
What do you
I don't
mean
think we
everyone who doesn't
mentioned
die is a
our
monster?
Well, we can't forget about Sackboy. I think his name's officially Sam.
Sam. He
Sam.
makes a couple cameos.
Right,
You
right.
see him across the street and whatnot. He's a cute
You see him
little
trick or
kid.
treating. He's so cute,
He is
isn't he?
super cute.
You can clearly see it's a little kid in the costume, the way he moves
He's
and
got a
stuff.
sack.
It's just
for above
adorable.
his head.
But
He's
is
carrying a
he-
sack for his candy.
Early on in the movie, the thing that made me laugh the hardest was the little peeping Tom. That was so funny. He was looking at the gals,
He's
you know.
I remember.
trying
these
on.
guys. All right, back
So,
to
yeah, you were talking about
Here at the fitting room of Ross. Yeah, but was that little boy? Was that the kid, or was that just a random kid that was?
We were
That
all
was a
hoping
rated
it was
kid.
Sack Kid.
Oh, okay.
That was not Sackboy.
Well, that kid was my favorite character in the movie.
You like the little pervert boy?
That kid was so
yeah.
funny.
No, Sackboy wasn't a pervert. He was just mad if you disrespected Halloween.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked that one of his weapons was a candy bar with a razor in it. That's
Super
very
cool.
on theme.
Oh yeah.
Very fun.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So just to rewind real quick, that thing that didn't matter in the beginning, the robot girl.
Mm-hmm.
We see her get killed. We just don't know
Yeah.
by who.
We see she's killed at the very beginning.
Right.
And then
But
dragged,
honestly,
and then the movie jumps.
she deserves it for
Oh,
taking
yeah.
down her decorations on Halloween
Yeah.
night. Come on.
Yeah.
And even her husband was like, "Oh, come on, it's ancient tradition or
Mhm.
something." She's like, "Fuck that."
He's upstairs watching the porn that makes him sleep or whatever. He hears a noise and then he wakes up and he's like, "Oh, it's just my porn."
It's
All
just
right,
the
go
porn.
on."
He's one of those guys that once he ejaculates, he's just immediately.
That's his ritual.
He'll be ready again in a few minutes, but just let him.
Yeah, he does come back out in a minute. Come on.
We do actually get a shot of the softcore porn, which I thought
Well,
was notable.
I thought that was awesome.
Maybe she just knew. Oh God, he's gonna go up there and watch some porn. She's just killing time.
I've got
until he's
40
done with-
seconds.
Yeah, so we might as well take down. She has to do something. She has to kill some time before she gets killed. You know, so.
Or she just hates Halloween that much.
Yeah. Mm.
I thought it was a pretty good, I was definitely the jump scares got me. A lot of the
Okay.
jump scares, and that one right at the beginning. So she's putting these sheets away from the ghosts, and she has this cardboard box full of sheets, and there are all sorts of creepy little things that she's turning around, and there's
Well,
a
each
strange
time she
kid.
undoes it, it's what's gonna happen?
Yeah, every time
yeah,
she
it's
takes
a
the
fake
sheet
out.
down.
Yeah.
And then and there's this creepy kid on the other side of the street who's just staring at her through a mask. It's really, really creepy. And she's creeped out, and then it turns out to be nothing.
Just going to his Jabberwocky's rehearsal.
Yeah.
Aren't those that dance group that wear
Yeah,
those masks? The Jabberwockies?
Oh, I missed it.
In real life, I don't know.
Some
I know.
K-pop thing or.
It's good. It's a nice pull, India.
No, they're a famous dance group.
Yeah, Michael knows.
Jabberwockies.
Gandalf knows.
Yeah, come on now.
Val, do you know?
I'm not familiar with dance of any kind.
Aside from the dance of the spirits.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all familiar with dance. If you would give me a chance. It's the
more
same as
than
I'm here all night.
smoking some weed and watching the Jabberwockies boogie.
Anyway,
So-
finally, like one of the sheets like springs up out of this cardboard box, and it like engulfs her, and she's like screaming and like there's this like entity that's in there, and you see it from the outside, like trying to kill her, right? It's like being violent with her, and it eventually like slashes her throat, and like blood spurts into the
Yeah,
sheet.
pretty cool.
It's really violent, yeah. And that was the introductory scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that was Sam doing the killing.
We found out later.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell that he was making like little kid grunts, even though he's not a human. I mean, he makes kid noises, which is kind of creepy.
What is
adorable.
What is he supposed to be?
He's a pumpkin monster.
Let's say he's the
He's
spirit
Santa.
of Halloween.
He is the spirit of. Well, one thing I wanted to mention, this movie. I think he's supposed to be actually the manifestation of the spirit of Halloween, because his name's Sam,
Like
and
Sam Hain.
Sam backwards.
Sam Hain. The
Yes.
little girl mentions the weird like witch girl mentions Samhain at one point, which is
Sauron?
Sawan? Go on.
I will not speak that tongue in this room.
the little girl. She mentioned Samhain, which is the like Celtic, I think, tradition. That's the origins of Halloween, but it's spelled like Sam Hain. And a lot of movies get it wrong. They pronounce it Sam Hain, and it always annoys the shit out of me.
What is it? Salmon?
Samhain.
It's pronounced Samhain.
Samhain, but there's an M in there.
Yeah, it's spelled like Sam Hain, but it's pronounced Samhain. The Halloween movies get this wrong. I
Oh,
remember
but
they
these
got it
guys
wrong
got
in
it right.
Supernatural. This
Well-
movie gets it right.
It's gibberish. No. It's a Celtic word. Samhain. It means the Lord of the Dead.
What exactly are the blood sacrifices for? If I'm right, this witch is summoning a demon. And not just any demon. Sam Hain.
What?
Samhain, also known as All Hallows Eve.
Those
There's
Celts
prom.
need to spell right.
That's true. That's a good point. But anyway, I think that's why his name was Sam. But or he could be named after Sam
Nice pull.
Winchester.
There's a little Sam in each one of
Yeah.
us.
What do you think of that comic book motif that the movie employs?
I thought that was cool in the very beginning, like the credits.
I think it takes a little wind out of the scariness, which I welcomed because I was genuinely
You were too scared.
But I don't think it's supposed to be that scary, is it?
I don't think this movie's trying to scare you.
It's like
Yeah.
Disney scary.
Yeah.
I'm
Again, like dark comedy.
Yeah,
I'm
dark
with
comedy.
Indy. I'm with Indy. It's a dark comedy. It made me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
I can't say I didn't like the movie because it made me laugh. So
No. You can't say you didn't like the movie.
you're right.
Correct.
I can't. I actually contractually.
No, it's
Yeah,
a fine.
sorry.
It's no masterpiece, but it's a great little Halloween time. So anyway, should we get back into the plot?
Yeah,
I
where
feel like
are
that's
we at?
going well.
The,
Oh, no, my mustache
the
ripped.
chicks
It's,
at the parade.
It still works. It
The
looks
guy
good.
kills the girl with like a vamp. Like it zooms in on his vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Right.
And then she's like, "Help! Help!" And then the robot lady's all like, "Oh, do you need help?" And the husband's like, "That's just a crazy
Yeah.
person. Don't talk
She's
to her."
just
She's
lit.
just she's
And
just
then she
lit.
literally,
Literally.
yeah, she lies down next to other people who are also passed out
And covered in fake
covered in
blood.
blood.
This movie really wants to make it clear that like people don't realize it's real blood because it's Halloween.
Yes.
You kind of over-explain that. I'm like, I get it.
Yeah.
You didn't need to explain it.
I mean,
they
it
use
is.
it a number of times.
It
Yeah.
does. It is clever how it's like, look how easily you can get away with murders, multiple
I know,
murders.
but the
on
movie keeps
Halloween
going
night,
like,
you
look,
know?
they don't actually know it's real blood.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I assume that.
It's Halloween. That is really, really good timing.
And
God,
while that's
yeah, I love
happening,
Creed. Yeah.
the hot girls are already at the party, which is in the woods, and they're calling the sister like, "Where are you at, Doe?" And she's all like, "I still haven't found my date." And she's like, "Just come over already." And then
We've
she's
got
like,
one for you.
Yeah, we've got one, and it's a guy in a diaper who's
dressed as a baby.
Which I thought was funny.
Yeah,
That was good. That was good comedy.
Yeah, well, they really do milk the humorous premise of, again, Anna Paquin. She can't apparently get any guy to be interested in her, so it's like, well, we'll get this grown-up baby, this gross slob, for her.
Yeah.
Well,
that's the sound of Michael getting an erection. So we get to the party and we see that.
Please take the batteries out.
Anna Paquin, being the vampire gentleman from before, is probably, it seems like, attacking Anna Paquin.
Right.
And
He's
then
stalking her.
we see her body, or a body wrapped in a red cloak, fall out of the tree. We think it's her.
She was Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah. But it's not her, it's the vampire guy.
Yeah, it like falls.
It just falls out of a
the
tree.
sky.
Yeah.
Thump.
And so her sisters take his mask off. Well, they take his fangs out. Turns out he wasn't a real vampire. He was just
First off,
cosplay.
it's not the sister.
Yeah.
We lift it up and it's the guy.
It's a triple
We're like,
reveal.
What?
Lift it up, it's
Right,
not the
triple
guy.
reveal, it's true.
Take his fangs out, he's not a vampire. Lift his mask up, it turns out he was the principal, the creepy dad
Rainbow.
that killed the bad Santa kid.
It's the principal guy.
And then we get kind of a... Well, it's a cool reveal, but then it's also stupid because I like the reveal that the women are like doing this ritual ceremony to kill these guys.
Did the music kill it for you?
No, what killed it for me is that it's like, oh look, they were actually vampires, and I'm like, all right,
They were
and then
werewolves.
I know, and then at the last second they're like, ooh, they were actually werewolves, and I'm like, yeah, it doesn't really matter at that point.
Quadruple reveal.
Yeah,
Quintuple reveal?
7 reveals in a row.
That's a lot of reveals.
by the way, this might have been what got Anna Paquin to be in the series True Blood.
Oh yeah.
Because for those of you who like trashy, sleazy, kind of soft pornish vampire television shows, I enjoy True Blood.
I bet you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I thought it was just like kind of pointless that they were werewolves because it like heavily implies that they're vampires. It's like, oh, they're vampires, and you're like, oh, cool, and then it's like, no, they're werewolves, and I'm like, yeah, sure, that's kind of whatever. Fine. It's not really a
they
twist
were werewolves.
to me.
I think it's just commentary. They're carnivorous women who hunt in packs. I mean, werewolves.
They can
like
be
a wolf
vampires
pack.
too.
What? Bats don't hunt in packs.
Vampires.
Well, you're thinking about
Yeah.
this too hard. I honestly just thought, I was like, oh, I thought that they were vampires.
Yeah.
But I was mistaken.
Yeah,
They're
you
We're
know,
all mistaken.
no, it, you're not
I thought they were going to be
mistaken.
like witches. By the way, drink up, witches.
I mean, they did foreshadow it too with the kids at the quarry.
We know.
The nerdy one hears some wolf howling and she goes, werewolves.
Oh yeah, that was
notice
pretty cool.
Ah.
Like the only thing that killed it for me was the lame music.
You didn't like the Sweet Dreams cover?
No.
The like
Did not.
sexy, heavy cover? I
Did
thought
not.
that was fun.
It was
Yeah,
like
it's like a
super
bad music
erotic,
video.
like lesbian werewolves.
It's one of those classic sexy vampire
Yeah.
parties.
I
Except
mean,
they're werewolves.
I think just the
Yeah, well, exactly. Werewolves don't have sexy parties like that. Vampires do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
werewolves
know
are way
of-
more basic.
Because
Yeah.
Indy hasn't been invited to the sexy werewolf parties.
Yeah, I never.
Silence falls upon the room.
I never looked at other than the music video Thriller. I've never looked at werewolves as being like particularly sexual. You know?
Yeah,
I mean, so-
exactly. Vampires are very sexual.
Yeah, exactly.
They're always having, like I said, sexy
Sex.
parties
Yeah.
like they had in this movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're very lustful.
Yeah.
Vampires are pure lust. What are werewolves are just like
Werewolves
ooh,
roll around in the
scary.
dirt and just rip your head off.
Yeah.
Vampires are like.
But it was cool that they like ripped their skin off.
That was cool. It was
That
pretty
was
cool. It was a cool transformation.
Disgusting. I was not sure. Like, I couldn't tell that it was fur underneath. I thought for a second I thought they were like
Like, it looked gross.
like
Yeah.
changelings or something, like doppelgangers that were like wearing skin,
That's why
and
call
they were
them
wearing skin.
werewolves.
It
Where
reminded me of Dusk Till Dawn when that character they called the Sex Machine when he turns into like this bizarre rat.
Is that the one Tom Savini with the penis gun?
Yeah, the penis gun. Yeah. That movie's so dope. God, Dusk Till Dawn, such a fun movie.
Got a great beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't
got a
say the
great
rest of the
beginning.
movie is any good.
Yeah, I'm about
I
it
think
this
so.
way.
Well, let's talk
Once
about
the
it.
vampires show up, it's So anyway, that's the end kind of that storyline.
Right.
Is
it?
Oh,
Yes.
but she got her victim, or
Yeah,
I should
exactly.
say she got her date.
Her date.
Finally.
Her victim turned out to be the murderous principal from before. And
He
I'm
got
gonna
what was
check the
coming to
camera.
him.
And he's like, "What are you people?"
I'm Batman.
My facial hair is getting in my mouth.
Tell me about
so
it.
apparently, the principal, like, he just has like a really sexy vibe to him, which is how he's able to seduce women.
Yeah.
He is pretty hot.
It's like, what the, really? Okay, good for him.
Yeah.
I just wasn't picking up that vibe, but I guess, I wasn't picking up what he was giving.
I mean, he was pretty bold.
Yeah.
Women like that, right?
Werewolves like that.
Yeah. That's
Gotta
true.
play hard to get, like
Every
Anna
woman's
Paquin
a
says.
sucker for a Phantom of the Opera looking fuck.
That's right. A sucker, like a vampire. See?
All right, and then we go to our final.
Our final little storyline is Brian Cox in his house. It's introduced with the kids going up to his door to trick or treat.
Right.
And then like the scary dog comes out and like it looks all fucked up and like it's been like
So you're like the
mutated.
breathing first, and the kids are still standing
Yeah.
there.
It's a
And
very
then these
creepy
lights turn
breathing.
on.
It's the dog's eyes, and the dog's wearing this weird fucked up face, and you're like, ooh, what's wrong with that dog? But then he sits down, and it's just a costume, and it's a normal looking
And it's
dog.
a cute little dog.
He's cute, yeah.
So he scares the kids away, steals their candy.
Yep.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
And he's sitting there just watching TV. We get a weird like commercial for some meat roasting device. I thought that was going to turn into
right.
like
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger will pop up on the TV
Yeah, that would've been
sometimes.
pretty
I
cool.
thought it was going to be like something scary on the TV, but it wasn't. He's flipping through channels. We see a clip from Scooby Doo on Zombie Island, a classic film. And then
The parade.
I like it.
Again.
yeah, you see the parade on TV, and then he goes outside because this is also taking place. He's the neighbor of the principal, and the dog starts barking at him, and Brian Cox goes outside and sees the dude burying the body, and he's like, "Oh, fuck off! I'm going back inside."
And that's when we're like, remember?
Remember?
You're like, oh yeah,
We've
we've seen this before.
Are they in a fictional town? Does it say where it takes place?
Ohio.
A fictional
Oh.
place
That's a fictional state.
of
Yeah.
Ohio, yes.
Yeah,
It's not real.
doesn't exist. It's only they only say it in movies.
Gotcha.
That's
and
where
then-
Springfield is,
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's Springfield in like every state, right?
more or less.
As
Anyway.
Freddy Krueger says, every town has an Elm Street.
Nice.
So that movie's also set in Ohio. So
Wow. Is it
Then-
really?
yeah,
Oh wow.
and so Brian Cox starts
Swing
hearing
state.
something going on in his house, and he goes upstairs, and there's like writing on the wall in blood, trick or treat writing, and there's a flaming pumpkin.
Jack-o'-lantern
Jack-
lights and
yeah.
it spontaneously combusts.
It's a cool image. It just goes up in flame. It's pretty
It says,
badass.
Trick or treat.
Yeah,
give
it's
me
like
something
red,
good to
red,
eat.
white writing all over his walls.
Everywhere, and he's admiring the artwork. He's looking all over, and then something creeps up
Ooh.
behind him. And we get
Stop.
the no, not again.
And yeah, so it turns out it's our little boy Sam, and he's there to murder because Brian Cox hasn't respected Halloween.
Uh-huh.
And
He-
before
he
this, at
slices
some
his
point, he
Achilles
goes
tendon.
outside and sees all the pumpkins, all the
Oh
jack-o'-lanterns.
yeah, his house is decorated
Oh,
with
right.
jack-o'-lanterns.
Yeah,
Like,
he didn't decorate, but then like
Yeah.
all of a sudden there's jack-o'-lanterns everywhere in his
Everywhere.
front yard. And so he gets into a tussle with this little guy, and he grabs his shotgun and shoots him in the face.
also, the tussle itself is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Because it's like a child that's like surprisingly strong fighting up against this old man, and like he's able to like toss him around.
Well, he's a
But the-
supernatural being.
But the little boy's also doing work too.
Yeah.
It's entertaining to
It looks
watch.
really funny though because it really looks like a little kid.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah,
And he's
that's-
making the sound effects.
and he's just like hitting him with this little hand, little fist.
So
Hey,
well, don't
tussle.
forget. Like I wanted to mention, he falls down the stairs.
Oh yeah.
And then like he falls down the stairs. He's like messed up. This is after his like Achilles tendon is severed. He's getting fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh,
majorly
he's
fucked up.
He gets his thing severed with a candy bar.
Yeah, with the razor blade candy
Oh,
bar.
it's with the razor blade
Yeah.
candy bar,
Which is
right?
such a fun idea. I have
Pretty
to
cool.
just say that again.
Oh my god, people were talking about razor blades and candy when I was a kid. I wonder if it came from this.
No, that was an old myth that, kids would find razor blades in their
It's
candy.
like never
But apparently
really been a
it's
thing.
never happened once. There's never been a recorded
Okay.
case of
That
it.
wasn't a myth. It's
Only in the
entirely
fictional
done
state
by
of
me,
Ohio.
And the reason why it's never been reported is because it worked.
There's no one to report it.
Yeah.
So he
then
falls down the stairs, and then he's trying to get up, and there's candy everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also severed, broken glass in the candy, and his hands get all fucked up.
That's painful
And
to watch.
It almost looks like broken candy that's like super sharp.
Uh-huh.
It's probably glass, but it did look because it was like there's all this candy everywhere. So
It reminded me of Home Alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
And then you see one little candy ball going down the stairs. He's like looking up, like no.
Right.
And so then Sam takes his mask off then, his sack, right? To reveal that he's a little pumpkin
No,
boy.
he takes it off.
No, he takes it off.
Brian Cox takes his mask off.
Yeah, okay.
And he
after he shoots him?
Is that after he shoots him? Anyway, I don't remember the exact sequence of events, but
Then
then
he
he shoots
continues
him.
to shoot him 2 more times
takes-
in the chest, blowing his hand off.
He blows his hand off. We have to reveal he's a pumpkin boy. It's very important. He's
Pumpkin
not just
boy.
He's a little pumpkin boy.
Yeah.
And then
Sorry, he's not the little peeping Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all hoping
I
that he was the little peeping Tom.
I never thought that at any point, but
You never even hoped it?
I never hoped it. No, I
Yeah.
didn't need. I got what I needed out of that.
Not even after Gandalf's.
You know what?
I kind of just wanted him to be hated.
Yeah, that kid came in hot and he left on a high note.
Yeah. So Brian Cox tries to call 911, and then the phone line gets pulled, but then Sam is still on the ground, and you're like, wait, how did that happen? And then it turns out his little hand is running around. We got a
He's
little
like pulling it.
Yeah, he's pulling it. We get a little homage to The Thing, which they reference in every horror movie.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
And then his hand crawls back onto his body, and it reattaches, and he's about to murder Brian Cox with his lollipop.
Which first he takes a bite out of.
Oh yeah, so he can make it
like
sharp.
a pumpkin lollipop.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And it's like the corners are all sharp. It's pretty cool, dude.
That was.
They probably don't let prisoners have lollipops for that
After
reason.
this movie.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like they can't have candy canes either because you can sharpen those?
Oh yeah, you can make a shank out of anything.
Anything like molten sugar you can forge
Yeah.
into a fine blade.
Thank you, Gandalf.
Yes, exactly. And so he's got Brian Cox down on the corner, and he's about to murder him. But then Brian Cox gives him a candy bar.
He pulls. He's. What is he about to grab? He's not.
He grabs a jar of whiskey.
Smirnoff bottle.
Yeah.
And to defend himself, but his arm gets twisted and broken. But when he gets stabbed by the lollipop, the kid turns out to have stabbed a chocolate bar that fell onto his chest when he grabbed the bottle. And because he's been gifted with the gift of candy, the trick or treat, the treat, he leaves.
He's been satisfied.
Yes.
Halloween!
And he leaves. And then when he's walking out of the house, we see across the street, Robot Girl and her boyfriend are just getting home, and she is
taking down
the decorations, and you see Sam
right in front of
sitting
Sam.
there, and he's going.
She blows out the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
And then
That's the
somewhere you
moment,
see John
yeah.
Travolta walking in the background, the non-linear format of the movie.
Yeah,
You get it.
And so we see, then it pans over to the fireplace where Brian Cox has been burning photos, and we see a photo of him with all the little kids from the bus. It turns out he was the bus driver from the story.
He was the bus driver the whole
Yeah.
time.
And then, in the last moment, he gets a knock on the door. Well, no, he gets another knock on the door from the three little piggies, those little girls, and he gives them candy, and he's like, all right,
And it looks
Halloween's
like
cool.
like a cartoon court case where he's got the bandage here.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks really fucking funny.
mummy costume. Yeah.
Later that night,
and then
he managed to bandage himself up, and he's walking like his Achilles heel.
I don't know why he
is not
doesn't just go
severed.
to the hospital.
Yeah,
What
seriously.
time do you think that takes place? Like, how late are these?
That was at 8
kids?
o'clock because he turns on the TV and they say it's 8 o'clock on the news.
Nice
Right you
catch.
are.
Wow. Impressive.
Presumably it's
Well
hours
done.
after 8 because he patched himself
Well,
up
yes.
and all that shit happened.
But that scene started at 8 o'clock.
His Achilles heel is healed.
Yes, it's healed. It's like, and so the last shot, he gets another knock on the door, and it turns out it's all the undead kids that he killed from the bus.
And they just want to celebrate
The
Halloween
ghoul
with
bus.
him.
The ghoul bus.
They didn't
Whoa.
take him apart. They didn't kill him. They just want to celebrate Halloween.
The ghoul bus.
This movie isn't that deep.
No, it's not.
No, it's
surface
great.
It's just
level,
fun.
It's
Good
entertaining.
fun.
It's just good Halloween fun.
It's
There's really not much deeper.
Yeah.
But
Well, there is like a contingent of people who believe that Halloween is like evil, so they would find this deep. But for the rest of us, we can just enjoy it.
Deeply
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah.
Yes.
They wouldn't watch this movie.
no, they wouldn't.
No, they would not.
They wouldn't watch a movie called Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
with
Ironically, those people would be located in Ohio.
Yes.
Coincidence? I think not.
But that's just fiction anyway.
So, anyone else have any other thoughts on the film?
Anything we should discuss?
Yeah, I mean, there's again not much to discuss. It's just a fun time.
Which girl did you think was hottest?
The mom, the old lady that opened
Yeah, the cat lady for sure.
Who was showing her ass to some kids.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I really do
Hey,
love.
and the little pirate guy's like, hey, let's go inside.
Oh yeah, she's like, you kids want a drink? I'm like, I won't tell anyone. They're like, no, yes. The The retainer girl wanted a drink. Yeah.
The little kid picks his eye patch up.
Yeah.
I was wondering, like, is there like a crazier version of this, a raunchier or crazier version of this movie? Because I feel like they might as well have just continued to go for it, Because there's so much ridiculous humor in this movie that.
Yeah, it was good. I want Trick or Treat too.
Like I want the X-rated Trick or Treat.
Yeah, they've been talking about that since this
I'm
came out.
assuming it bombed.
Seriously?
Right?
Wow.
I don't think it was a huge hit. I can put the facts up on the screen, but I know he's been trying to make a sequel to this since it came out.
I would love to see Sam back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would watch it.
Yeah, Sam's the only one I want to see. We don't need the others.
No.
And maybe the little peeping Tom. Well, now he's like grown up. He's all grown up.
Now he's a sex offender.
Yeah,
in
now
prison.
it's not funny. Yeah.
All right, before we get to the ratings,
Yeah,
y'all should rate our costumes in the comments.
that's right.
Oh god.
I put this together with zero money and very little time, so I have an excuse.
Yes, be easy on Indy.
Yeah, please, I can't take it.
Hey, tell us your costume this year.
What
Tell
are
us
you
what we
for
should
Halloween?
have dressed as. Tell us your favorite Halloween movie.
I was gifted this costume by the Valor. Well,
That was epic. All right, we started at this end last time.
All right.
Should we start at that end this way?
Yes, let's do it. Trick or treat, give me something good to eat. I really enjoyed this movie. I am going to give it 3 VHS tapes and 3 film reels. I think it's such a fun movie for Halloween. I think it's a really good pick for us this year. Nothing says Halloween like trick-or-treating. And this is like, I don't know, I think everyone should watch this movie. Or you could have it playing on in the background at a Halloween party. at your
Yeah.
place. It's like very, very appropriate for it. There's some titties, there's some violence. It's nothing
Perfect.
crazy over the top. It's also got that weird Disney dialogue with kids, so it's not like super out there, but it's also got werewolves and stuff. So yeah, it's a fun movie.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I thought this movie was stupid as hell the first time I saw it. But a couple rewatches, I've come to really enjoy it. I didn't really appreciate dark comedy back then when I was a kid. So I'm gonna, for film reels, I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5. I think it's, it looks really nice, great cinematography and production design, and pretty impressive always when you can bring multiple story threads together like that in an anthology style. That always deserves some credit. And for VHS tapes, I'm going to give it a 4 because I think it's just it knocks it out as far as what it's trying to do to just be a fun Halloween time. And I just love how deeply saturated it is with Halloween goodness. So it gets 3 and 4 from me.
Oh, sorry, we get Sackboy. That's something I really enjoy about it.
Yeah, Sackboy. Sam, he's awesome.
Okay, where to begin? This movie is it's definitely an anthology. Everything's kind of all over the place, but it's not trying to be focused or tell a particularly interesting story. It likes to turn everything on its head and is just full of twists and turns, and it's macabre and funny, and it's a very excellent dark comedy, but I don't know, it wasn't like the funniest thing ever. It wasn't particularly like super intelligently written. I would say it's a very middle of the road movie. I would give it 3 film reels. Yeah, 3 film reels, and I would say that personally, 2 VHS tapes. I'm not going to be watching this over and over again every Halloween or anything, but it's a movie that I might put down when I'm feeling like I don't give a shit what's on and I might be doing something else. So I feel like it fits nicely into that kind of category.
High praise.
Yes. I'm gonna hop on the bandwagon with Edgar here and say this movie would be great to put on at a Halloween party. It would be fantastic. For film reels, I'll give it a 2.5. I mean, I don't know. I think it's objectively a bad movie, but I also think that's kind of what it was going for. So it's like, I don't even feel bad giving it 2.5 film reels because it was like unsubtle about it. As for my enjoyment, if I was sitting and just like watching the movie alone, it would probably be like 3, because it had its good moments. It was funny. It was definitely funny. But being in the company that I am, and I'm feeling the magic of Gandalf, I'll give it 3.5.
Wow.
So I'm breaking up the halves.
Yeah, you're going half and half.
Half and half. Let it be written.
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah. You're gonna put in some badass sound effects for that.
All right, Gandalf.
That was the perfect cue for you to use the sword sound effect, Michael.
Yeah.
Here we have come at the turn of the tide. You guys are crazy. This is a transcendent masterpiece. I got a 5. No, it's enjoyable. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna say like it's very middle of the road enjoyment, but in a good way. So I'm not.
What would
so
the hobbits
Breeze.
think about?
Middle of the earth enjoyment.
What about second trick or treat? I could listen to hours of Val's reviews. It's so funny. It's just like this. It's so biting. It's just so, gosh, I love Val's.
Check out our new spin-off, Hours of Val's Reviews.
Oh,
no. Val reviews the Bible. I would listen to that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I think, Alex, that you put it perfectly. This is a good movie to have almost like just in the background, like at a party, but just kind of playing in the background. And it's fun to just kind of like check in at any point. And I would say the best thing about this movie is that you could come into the movie at any point. And I know it matters in the sense that there's a timeline going on, but really it's just like the point of this movie is that it's just fun and funny. And so it serves that purpose. And so this is an excellent party movie. It's not the type of movie I don't think I would ever want to watch alone. Not because it would scare me like this guy. Yeah, it's too scary. But I don't know. This is like a fun group movie, like camaraderie and just talking shit. It's a good movie for that, and I think it knows that. I'm assuming that what's the director's name? The guy you said?
I don't remember. He did Krampus.
I'm assuming that.
I will say this: I thought Krampus was a better movie than this one. So
Michael Dougherty.
I mean, it's a functional movie. He's not making some great piece of art. Although I guess you could call it a great piece of art if it's succeeding at its objective.
Yeah.
Which is to be fun and funny.
Yeah.
Which it is. And so I'll leave it at that. 5 out of 5s. No. So 3 VHS. I did enjoy it, but I think I would not ever want to watch it other than with a group. I'd be happy to watch it with a group again.
I think it was more fun than we were talking over it when we watched it.
Yeah. And then it's a perfectly functional, competently made movie. I don't know if some of the acting sucked ass or if it was just like that was the point of it.
Well, it did suck, and who knows if it was intentional. Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. Some of it was.
It could have been. I mean, the performances left something to be desired in some cases, but oh my god, this facial hair is terrible. Pwah. Okay, anyway, I can't wait to take this thing off. But yeah, 3 for the film reels. So
all right, 3 by 3.
So 3 and 3.
So fucking stupid.
That was awesome.
There you go. Getting up the gays review.
All right. Anything else, folks?
No, I don't think we have any announcements to make because this is a special standalone episode.
Right. Hope you enjoyed this special.
Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching a very spooky special episode.
Halloween episode.
Make sure to eat sleep with a candy bar so Sam can't kill you.
Keep those jack-o'-lanterns lit.
Yep, keep them lit.
Don't fuck with Halloween.
And
keep your candy out.
Get really lit and don't follow strange, beautiful women home.
Nope.
And don't forget, drink up witches, trick or treat.
Thanks, guys.
And if your friends don't know about BDSM, send them our way.
Oh yeah. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell.
We're not going to be able to hear you over that sword.
Oh yeah.
But that's okay.